So video number 3, this one will go out probably like Thursday or something, right? But anyway, we had 2 successful experiments. Well, one that I just volunteered to fail and one that I think went pretty well, and we'll do more. I want to see if these guys, if it makes sense to these guys, like to do it without me. So that's what we're doing now. It's Cameron and Trevor, and they're going to try to make up like a pretty legit song idea or whatever they can. And we're just going to see what happens. We're going to see if the method works, right? It's an experiment. This is Trevor. This is Cameron.
Okay, play an E minor chord real quick. Okay. Can I mess with the tone on the guitar amp?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. I want you. We're gonna play sort of like this, like punk E octave thing. So I want you to put do pointer finger on 5th fret B string. Okay, so I want you to just strum pointer finger 5th fret B and high E together, back and forth. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Okay, cool. So let's do that, and then I want you to do that for about 8 counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cool. So after that, I want you to go to a 5th fret A power chord. Yes, and then I want you to do 8 counts of that.
Same thing.
Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. And at the very end of it, if you could go 5, 6 on the A string while still maintaining that power chord. So 5th fret 6.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
On the last strum.
On the very last 2 that you do. Duh, duh.
Okay.
Just like that. Like that, but do the whole, exactly,
Okay.
yeah, that whole power chord,
Gotcha.
yeah. Yes. And then go back to that first thing that I had you do with, which, yeah, just like that. And then restart, basically. Yeah. Yeah, and could you just keep that looping? Just get familiar playing that. Okay, so I really like how that sounds. That's pretty much exactly what I was thinking. So if you could try, and theoretically, I would have you play that, say, like 4 times, and on the 4th time, instead of repeating and going back to that high E thing that you're doing, let's go to a C chord. So let's keep that same rhythm. Let's do a 3rd fret A C power chord. Yep. So you could go, yeah, try it real quick. keep in mind you'd go from that D and then you do the half step up and then you'd go back down to the C. You know what I mean? So instead of restarting, exactly. Okay, so you're at the C now. So then when you restart, I want you to go up to 6th fret A and then go back to the D. You know what I mean? Yeah, like that.
After the C.
Yes. Yes. Could you pass me the guitar real quick? I'm like he said. I think the inspiration is there. Let me try and. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Let's give this let me give this a try. So that's kind of the song idea. That's it.
That sounds really good.
Sounds good?
It sounds great.
Okay, cool.
I know how to say something I didn't really understand earlier.
Yeah.
And like I think I kind of know how to say it out loud. Is like I think kind of the idea like okay, because you remember I was saying don't give me such specific instructions.
Yeah.
I think kind of the idea is that like you give the instructions in like such a way that like when you hear what they do with it, then you're like, oh, actually, yeah, that's really cool. I didn't think of that. Does that make sense?
So it's like vague in some sense?
I
It's
do
like-
get that.
It's like you purposefully create misinterpretation.
Okay.
And then sometimes like they'll play like you describe it, but then they play it and it's like not what you were thinking, but then you're like, actually that fits all the guidelines and that's really cool. And then it's like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like it's a way, I guess, kind of generating ideas that you wouldn't think on your own.
Okay.
Does that make sense? All your ideas sound really, really good, but it's also like some of those I'm like, you would think of that anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like yeah, that's the music you're already doing. And I think the idea for this was like, let's do it in a way, like, you know, the telephone game.
Yeah.
It's like, can we make the telephone game happen on purpose in a way that we end up with a piece of art at the end?
Right.
Like, can
right,
we
yeah.
like make it?
What would be funny, because we did an exercise like this a while ago, where you the way you force the telephone thing is there's like essentially traveling. Like you have like, let's say there's like a hallway
Okay, yeah,
down
yeah.
there, and you have a messenger, so it's like one person down there says, I want, you know, such and such sound, and obviously they have to be a musician too to communicate it, but you like put a middleman in there, so it's like, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
they have to translate it.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
you could just say the exact words, but
And then it's like it's really easy to just like say a bunch of random like music terms, right? But then like when you actually have to put it together, you have to stop and think about it, right? But then like when you can do anything you want, well, first of all, when you can do anything you want, your creativity goes down because you end up just picking whatever, something familiar that you know you can do good. Why would you not do that, right? Of course, you're going to do something that you know you can grand slam every time, right? But then it's like, yeah, no, I mean what you said, you know, like so you have like restrictions that the other guy's given you, like okay, I want something like this, you know, and that boxes you in one direction, right? But then the benefit to the other guy is that like you might actually play it in a way that's better than what they would have thought of, you know? And then it's like upon hearing the way that guy two actually ends up playing it, you're like Yeah, actually, I'm totally down to do some extra practice in order to do it that way. That's really cool. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in terms of like being vague, it's going to be really difficult for me to not like have a more fleshed out idea. But if it was the case of me giving vague terms like, oh, like if you had the guitar and I was like, can you just play like a fat A pentatonic riff, you know?
Yeah.
That's a very distinct sound and very, those kind of terms I could go a lot farther with in this thing that
I
you're
like
trying
that.
to do.
Like
you know
that's
what
an
I mean?
instruction that's like so sweet and perfect.
Yes.
Like I need something fat pentatonic.
Yes.
Go. Right, because it like the horizon is endless.
Right.
You know, the frontier is open. Right.
Right.
However, you've actually given me some pretty tight things I got to work with it. Like I have a lot of constraints, and I also have a lot of horizon.
Right.
You know.
You could also say something like, give me a very watery sounding chord, or give me a very punchy sounding this, or those terms I think I could go a lot farther with in this songwriting experiment.
Okay, listen, it's saying 1 minute remaining on the screen, so I think we just need to wrap it up. Thanks, like and subscribe, whatever. Yeah, bye. We'll finish the conversation on our own without you guys. Sorry, should have been here.